Good morning, students. Today in this video lecture, we will discuss and revise the concept of association of attributes. The word association refers to whether two variables are related to each other, and attribute refers to the quality of a characteristic. Whereas variables in statistics are defined as quantitative entities. That is, they are measured in numbers. For example, weight, height, or any other likewise variable. Further, for example, we may say that the wage structure of the workers of a particular factory, the amount of rainfall in a year, the characteristics of these kind is that they can be quantitatively measured. Data regarding such phenomena are known in statistics as statistics of variables. On the other hand, attributes are qualitative in nature. They are measured in the conceptual sense. For example, honesty, willingness, they are conceptual terms and they must be qualitatively understood. They cannot be quantitatively analyzed. Now we discuss the difference between association and correlation. Association measures the general relationship between attributes, whereas correlation measures the relationship between the random variables. Point number second, association is a conceptual understanding based concept, whereas correlation is a tool which is based upon mathematical interpretation. Point number third, the universe in case of association is described as in terms of presence or absence of an attribute, whereas in case of correlation, the universe is described in the quantitative terms. There are certain terminologies which are to be understood prior moving further for association of attributes, that is, the notation of positive and negative attributes. It is customary to use journal capital letters, that is capital A and capital B, which represents the presence of the attributes, and Greek letter alpha and beta to represent the absence of the attributes. Thus, alpha is defined as not A and beta is defined as not B. For example, if A represents males, then alpha would represent females. Similarly, if B represents literates, then beta would denote the illiterates. Point number second, order of classes. Individually, A, B, alpha and beta, they are the frequencies of the first order. Whereas in a group or in pair, AB, A beta, alpha beta are the frequencies of the second order. Students, kindly note that A beta is defined as the number of objects possessing attribute A but not B. Similarly, likewise, other second order frequencies can also be analyzed. The total number of cases for a particular situation will depend upon the number of attributes given, and the formula to identify the total number of cases is given by 3 raised to power n. The ultimate class frequencies for any given case or situation can be ascertained by taking the formula, that is 2 raised to power n. Lastly, the consistency of data can be ascertained and concluded when all the ultimate class frequencies are in positive sign, then the data is termed to be consistent. If any one of the ultimate class frequency is with a negative sign, then data is termed to be inconsistent. To have a better understanding, we'll now solve the question number 1, which is on your screen. Students, what we are given with? We are given with certain values, that is AB is equal to 100, A is equal to 300, B is equal to 600, and the total number of observations are 1000. Students, please note that on your right hand side on the screen, you have a table which represents the journal portrayal of the attributes. Capital A and capital B are the presence of attribute A and attribute B respectively. Alpha and beta are the absence of attribute A and attribute B respectively. And n is the total number of observations. So based upon this, let's say we solve the numerical. Whatever information was given to us, that is the value for B, the value for A, and the total number of observations we included over here. AB is equal to 100 we included over here. Students, kindly note that the remaining value which are now being highlighted in green, they are not calculated. So we'll calculate these values in the step order sequence. In the first step, we'll calculate the value for alpha B. That is the absence of attribute A and the presence of attribute B. The value can be calculated by subtracting 100 from 600. That is 600 minus 100, that is equal to 500. In step second, we'll calculate the value for beta, that is absence of attribute B. That is when 600 is subtracted from 1000, that is 400. In the third step, we'll calculate the value for A beta, that is presence of attribute A and absence of attribute B. This can be calculated by subtracting 100 from 300. That is, we get a value equivalent to 200. And in the fourth step, what we'll do, we'll calculate the value for alpha. How we'll calculate the value for alpha? We are having the value of 300. Where we have the value for 300, students? This is the value of 300. And 300 will get subtracted from the total value of 1000. So when 300 is subtracted from 1000, we get a value equivalent to 700. In the last step, now we deduce the value for alpha beta and we deduce the value for alpha. So we'll be able to identify the value for alpha beta now. Alpha beta value is equal to the difference of 700 minus 500, which is equivalent to 200. Students, kindly note that what we have done up till now, we have calculated all the ultimate class frequencies which were not given in the numerical. Now, the ultimate class frequencies which we have calculated, they are represented in red color. And students, kindly note that all the values are in positive. As all the ultimate class frequencies are positive, thus we can conclude that the data is consistent. Moving further, there are 5 methods for determining the association. Number 1, frequency method. Number 2, proportion method. Number 3, Yule's coefficient of association. Number 4, coefficient of colligation. Number 5, coefficient of contingency. We will discuss every method one by one in the step order sequence with the help of a numerical. Question number 2 relates to the following information, that is the value for attribute A is given, the value for attribute B is given, the value for attribute A and B when they both are present together is given, and the total number of observations are given. And students, you are required to calculate the association between A and B, alpha and beta, A and beta, and alpha and beta using frequency method. So if we are able to use the frequency method, then the proportion method, thereon the Yule's coefficient of association, and then the coefficient of colligation, we will be able to study the association for the given numerical. So let's say we proceed with the first part, that is frequency. Moving further with numerical number 2, we'll first highlight all the values which are given to us in the numerical. So I'm highlighting all the values which are given to us in the numerical in color yellow. What we'll do now is we'll find the values of the frequencies which are remaining. So let's say we take in the step order sequence. In step 1, what we'll do, we'll calculate the value for alpha B. That is, we are considering the first row into account. 60 minus 40 is equal to 20. In the second step, we'll deduce the value for beta. what we'll do, we'll subtract 60 from 200. We'll achieve a value equivalent to 140. In the step third, we'll now move in the second column and we'll subtract 40 from 80. Thus the resultant value for 40 is deduced. And in the step fourth, what we'll do is we'll take the last row into consideration and we'll subtract 80 from 200 and we'll get a value equivalent to 120. For the last step, that is step number 5, we'll subtract 20 from 120 and we get a value equivalent to 100. Students, kindly note that we have calculated all the values. Now moving with the first method to test the association of attributes, that is the frequency method. The frequency method says that when there are two attributes A and B, they are independent if the observed value of A and B is equal to the expected value of A and B, and they are positively associated if the observed value of A and B is greater than the expected value for A and B, and they are negatively associated if the observed value of A and B is less than the expected value of A and B. Now for the given data which we have calculated up till now, which is given on the left hand side of your screen, what we'll do is we'll firstly identify the observed value of A and B. Students, referring to the table, we can identify the value for A and B, and this is the value for A and B, that is equal to 40. This is the observed value, thus it is represented by O. And the expected value for A and B can be calculated using the formula A multiplied by B divided by N. So what we did, the value for A is 80, the value for B is 60. They both are multiplied with each other and they are divided by the total number of observations. So we get a value equivalent to 24. Students, kindly note that the observed value of A and B, that is 40, is greater than the expected value of A and B, that is 24. Thus it can be concluded that two attributes are positively associated. Moving with the second method, that is the proportion method. In case of proportion method, two attributes A and B, they are independent of each other if AB divided by A is equal in fraction, which is equal to the fraction of alpha B divided by alpha. They are positively associated if the given expression on the left hand side is greater than the expression on the right hand side, and they are negatively associated if AB divided by A is less than alpha beta divided by alpha. So we'll again verify the proportion method for the given numerical. We'll first calculate AB divided by A. The value for AB for the table which is given to us is 40. So we wrote 40. The value for A is 80. So we wrote 80 in the denominator. 40 divided by 80 is equal to 0.5. And alpha beta divided by alpha, the value for alpha B is 20 and the value for alpha is 120. So we wrote 120 in the denominator. 20 divided by 120 is equal to 0.16. Students, from the numerical interpretation, it can be easily ascertained that 0.50 is greater than 0.16. That means as AB divided by A is greater than alpha B divided by alpha, thus it can be concluded that two attributes are positively associated. Moving to the third part, that is the C part, we'll now calculate the Yule's coefficient. The Yule's coefficient is given by the formula which is on your screen on the right hand side, and it is represented by the capital letter Q. So it is the presence of both the attributes multiplied by absence of both the attributes. This will be taken in the product form and it will be reduced in the numerator with the presence of attribute A multiplied by absence of attribute B. This will be again multiplied with the second pair, which is the absence of attribute A and the presence of attribute B. So students, kindly note that in the numerator part the expression will remain same as in the denominator. The only difference is in the numerator there is a negative sign and in the denominator there is a plus sign, and the entire expression remains the same. The Yule's coefficient will produce a value of q, and if q is equal to 0, the attributes are termed to be independent. If q is equal to plus 1, it is termed to be perfectly positive association between two attributes, that is a and b, and if q is equal to minus 1, it is termed to be perfect negative association between two attributes a and b. So what we will do now is we'll calculate the value for q. How it is to be calculated? What we'll do is we'll put the values from the table in the journal formula which we have written. The value for AB is 40, so we have added the value over here. The value for alpha beta is 100. From the table we can identify the value for alpha beta is 100, and the value for A beta is 40, so we have added a value over here, and the value for alpha B is 20, and we have added the same value over here. So after substituting the same values as asked in the given formula in numerator and in denominator, we'll be able to get the expression in mathematical term in this kind. 40 multiplied by 100 is 4000. 40 multiplied by 20 is 800. When 800 is subtracted from the former component, it becomes equivalent to 3200 in the numerator part. And in the denominator part, when the product in the individual terms is added together, it leads to a value equivalent to 4800. When 3200 is divided by 4800, it leads to a value equivalent to 0.67. This means the Yule's coefficient, that is capital Q, is equal to 0.67. It means two attributes are positively associated because the value is in the positive side with the positive sign and is approaching the higher limit of plus 1. Now in the last part, what we'll calculate the coefficient of colligation as asked in the numerical. So the coefficient of colligation is represented and denoted by the letter gamma. Students, kindly note that the expression which is given on the screen will be used to calculate the coefficient of colligation, and in the expression in numerator and in denominator, the square root terms is to be used, and the pairs of presence of both the attributes multiplied by the absence of both the attributes in the numerator part and in the denominator part in the former component. This is the former component which is prior to the sign of minus and plus respectively, and in the later part again in the square root terms, when the presence of one attribute and the absence of one attribute is again multiplied with the absence of one attribute and the presence of one attribute. Students, kindly note that the modus of operandi remains the same. What we will do is we will substitute the values which are given in the table which we calculated in the prior part in the journal expression. After substituting this, we will get a mathematical equation of this kind. So solving it further, the square root of 4000 is 63.24 and the square root of 800 is 28.28. Solving the numerator and the denominator part in the respective terms. 63.24 minus 28.28 is equivalent to 34.96, and in the denominator part 63.24 plus 28.28 is equivalent to 91.52, and when 34.96 is divided by 91.52, we get a value equivalent to 0.38, that is the coefficient of colligation. Students, I hope in this video you must have revised the concept of association of attributes and the various methods to verify the association for attributes for a particular numerical. For the last part, that is coefficient of contingency, we'll take up the case of coefficient of contingency when we'll solve the chi-square test. Thank you and have a nice day.